What's going on, guys? Boy Joey 672 coming to you guys a video right now. So, want to go over the safety position. Okay, I've already went over this a few times already, but this is very interesting because we have a lot of guys. Malcolm Jenkins is waiting to get paid, and Ronnie McLeod only has one more year in Philadelphia for 2019. He got restructured, saved a little bit of money, and he'll be here for one more year until he probably goes somewhere else. I think he's hitting 30 years old now. But what I go over is what we have behind the safety position right now. You have DeAndre. We brought from the Minnesota Vikings. He's a hard-hitting safety. He goes down, lays the boom. He actually costed the Vikings a lot of penalties last year or over the years. A guy that came from a low school, a different football league, and made his way into the NFL. And so far, he wanted to go to a winning team, and he's at a winning culture and a winning team. He knows that this team wants to win. So I was very excited about that. That was the best safety signing. That was the best safety signing that we had this year. That was the perfect fit for DeAndre was going to Philadelphia. And then you have DeAndre Hall that came from the Bears. We picked him up. And, DeAndre Hall he's very diverse. He can play corner. He can play safety. He's most suited for safety. The Eagles actually put him in OTAs. They put him in the nickel position. They put him in the nickel for a while, so it was actually pretty cool how they kind of switched him. They've been switching all these guys around. DeAndre Hall, coming from the Chicago Bears, was once a starter. And then he got into some, I think he had the substance abuse. I think he got suspended. And then he came to the Philadelphia Eagles. I think he couldn't practice for a while. And then he finally was able to practice. And DeAndre Hall has just been a special teamer. But OTAs, he's been shining a lot. DeAndre Hall has been getting in front of Zach Ertz. He's been knocking down balls. He's been coming up, making good, can't tackle yet. But he's been in the right spot at the right time, which is a good thing. So, DeAndre Hall is probably the big news, probably the big player in the safety position right now that's making a very big stride to be like maybe the fourth backup. Will Andrew Sendejo get beat out of a job? Will Andrew Sendejo get cut? But I don't think so. I think Andrew Sendejo will be here. I think they'll keep, 1, 2, 3, 4. They'll probably keep, 4 or 5 safeties, 4 on the active roster, and probably 1 on practice squad or whoever's left, whatever. So DeAndre Hall's making a big push for the roster, and the coaches are like seeing what he's doing, and they're moving him around. And that's a great thing because, this is when someone goes down and we're not like, oh, my God. And then, someone comes in and they're like, okay, we're not breaking a sweat too much. So DeAndre Hall I'm really happy with, and he's a very exciting player to watch. So I'm hoping to see more from him when mini training camp comes, this coming week, and we'll check that out when it comes. I'm going to go over Blake Countess. Blake Countess we picked up from the Rams. The Rams pretty much didn't want to pay him his $2-point-something million for the year. He was a backup safety. He was drafted to the Philadelphia. We drafted Blake Countess in 2016 as a cornerback in the 6th round, I think. No, the 7th round. I forgot, 6th or 7th. And this was the draft we drafted Jalen Mills as well. And Blake Countess didn't really do too much. He was more of a special teams guy, and he was only there. I think they cut him after 1 year. So then he went to the Rams practice squad, and then finally he was on special teams, and then he became a backup safety for the LA Rams, and did pretty damn good. He's probably one of the best backup safeties in the league. So the Eagles, so the Rams let him go. The Eagles pick him up, and they extend him another year. So technically he's got a 2-year deal. He's playing in 2019. He's playing in 2020. And he's grown as a player. He knows what this culture here is all about. He knows what being on the Philadelphia Eagles is all about. He's been here before. But that's another guy where he's a very high. He averaged, I think, 24.6 yards every kick return. So he was one of the main kick returners. So I wouldn't, I could see him as a kick returner this year for the Eagles, maybe. We have actually a lot of guys that can make roster spots. DeAndre Tompkins, the undrafted free agent from Penn State, deep threat guy. He might be a kick returner. So there's a lot of guys you can put into the special teams right now. But just kind of staying at the safety position right now. So Blake Countess has got a lot going on, and I don't mind him at all. I really don't, because you know what? We need to bring as many guys in as possible. Malcolm Jenkins is getting old, still playing at a high level. Probably going to give him some money soon. So he's got, what, 2 years left on his deal as of right now. And then Rodney McLeod is gone after this year. And then you have Trey Sullivan out there. Trey Sullivan has been on and off the team for the past couple years. And Trey Sullivan gets his shot. He does all right. You know what I mean? He almost had a pick this year. I think he almost had like one pick that he dropped this year. I think it was in the wild card Bears game, but this is when we were hurt very badly. And Trey Sullivan comes in and gives his shot. I got to give him credit. He puts in a lot of effort, does what he has to do. So I'm really happy about even if Trey Sullivan's back there, I'm not really I'm not crazy comfortable, but I'm not like, okay, we're set. No. I think the safety position is pretty damn deep right now, and I think there's a lot of pieces right now that you could look at and say the Eagles could choose and pick who they want to stay on. They keep on this team. Blake Countess is one of those guys. Blake Countess could be the starting safety next to Malcolm Jenkins until Malcolm Jenkins leaves. I think that could happen. DeAndre Hall can make a push. So there's a lot of guys the Eagles do have. They might not even have to draft a guy next year unless he's absolutely amazing. Unless they find a leader out there. I don't know what the case is, but the Eagles have a big chance to already have this safety position set for the future to come when you look at this depth that we have now. Because DEho is going to be a one-year rental. DeAndre Hall is definitely there. Blake Countess is definitely in the mix. Trey Sullivan's always going to be a backup guy. Never thought he would be a starter, but for emergency uses, he could be used in a game if anything happens. So I think the safety position is set. It is set for 2019. Surely it is set. But as of right now, I'm pretty happy with what we have. And, Malcolm Jenkins is going to get his money. Whatever the hell is going on right now, it is what it is. It will be figured out. Not worried about it. So that's really it. So I don't want to make this too much of a long video. But that's it. So, guys, I will see you guys later. Shea Squad up. Fly, let's fly.